Hey, y'all, as you probably have realized by now, I'm often motivated to turn on the camera and make a video based on something that's irritated me that I've seen someone else say or do. And this is not really an irritation, but it's kind of a little bit of, I don't know, an annoyance. I get tired of, and I've had people comment on some of my videos when I'm talking about maybe 45 Colt Plus P or another, cartridge or whatever. And I've had people say things like, all cartridges kill, or all caliber don't matter. Shot placement is king. Well, shot placement is extremely important. But anyone who thinks that cartridge doesn't matter doesn't understand what the job we're trying to do with this tool here. I mean, in some cases, while most any cartridge can kill, on a lot of targets, a lot of animals, people, whatever, they don't always stop something that needs to be stopped as soon as possible. Now, whether it's an attack that you're trying to survive and you need the attack to stop, whether it's two-legged or four-legged attack, or whether you just really don't have the lungs and anymore to drag a deer out of a bottom, 200 yards uphill. Sometimes you want the target to stop right where it's at or pretty dang close. And anyone who thinks that cartridge and caliber doesn't matter, I don't know where you're coming from on that. Because now, if that were true, would we have any need for any cartridge larger than 22 long rifle? Think about that for a second. If all that matters is shot placement, if shot placement is king, then why does it matter? Why does any of the rest of it matter? Bullet construction, bullet weight, diameter, velocity, all sorts of things you have to think about. And I know a lot of people probably aren't thinking that deep into it when they say, that shot placement is king, because it does matter. But, do I want my target to stop right now, or do I want, to just put a bullet in it and let it go off and die of infection? Sometimes that's the way things happen. And yeah, 22 long rifle can kill. In the right place, it's killed a lot of things. But that's not the point, and that's not that's not optimum. That's not ideal. I have a big of a pet peeve with that almost as I do with people who think that the bullet energy, calculated bullet energy on paper matters so much, or that the only way that a bullet kills is through hydrostatic shock. I've had that argument with people who I believe would have wanted to go 100 rounds if I wouldn't have just shut the argument down because it got asinine and retarded. It was just, how can you tell these people who think that the hydrostatic shock is the only way a bullet kills when bullets have been killing long before the velocity was ever reached to deliver what they think hydrostatic shock happens at, long before that kind of stuff. I mean, when solid shot, some of it expanding, some of it don't expand too much. When that was running, real slow, and it still does and still kills. There were a lot of things laid low. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I get motivated sometimes when I see things that are a little bit irritating, but there's a lot of people who should be asking questions who are instead answering questions. And a whole lot of people go looking for answers, and they see those well-meaning but erroneous answers on forum posts and then videos and whatever, and then that's how you get a whole lot of crap started that goes around and around and around until it becomes, something that even, I don't know, that can affect, it can affect you eventually. I mean, I'll give you a prime example. Someone way back when noticed that some of the earlier Remington Marlins weren't up to the same fitment quality. Well, that snowballed, and you take that in conjunction with a lot of folks who were holding old JM Marlins and thought, hey, this is the perfect opportunity to drive the value of what I hold, sky high. We'll just denigrate all the newer ones. Well, now, not all the newer ones were bad. I saw a few very poorly fitted Remington Marlins, and then I also saw some that weren't poorly fitted. My 1895 CBA, that 18.5-inch octagon 4570 cowboy action model. That thing's as well fitted and as slick running and as accurate as any of my JM Marlins. And y'all, I had a bunch of JM Marlins. I had a couple of, I had one crappy JM Marlin, that was made way back. I'm going to say it was probably a 70s gun. Made way back like me. But my point being is that sometimes people say things, online, and those who don't know any better take it as the gospel truth. They run with it, and it affects everything. It affects a lot of things they think, and it affects other people that they don't intend for it to, or don't understand that it will, when they proffer and pass around a falsehood. Then again, ain't that how Democrats actually have a chance of winning in November? Is mushrooms passing around bad information to stupid people? Talk to y'all later.